Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another one of my Marquee matches reviews, which is obviously hosted by Charlie Caruso, as everyone is, and I think everyone will be until the end of time. And in this one, I'll be reviewing from WWE Survivor Series 2017. It was a Raw versus SmackDown champion versus champion match. Raw's WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus SmackDown's WWE Champion AJ Styles. Now, there really isn't a build-up to this match. It was just really for brand supremacy. But this is like one of those matches that everybody, I think, was a dream match for everyone. You know, we had the face of TNA. We had, obviously when he went the face of New Japan Pro Wrestling. It wasn't the face, but you get what I'm saying. And then he came to WWE, and I think if you would ask anybody like a dream match everybody wanted to see, Brock Lesnar would be one of the names that people would say when AJ Styles came in. And he came in, made a big impact in the WWE, was, a former WWE champion, and he just made a huge impact. Meanwhile, obviously, you had Brock Lesnar, who I don't even really need to explain his resume. It just speaks for itself. And we were meant to get this match, ironically enough, at Survivor Series in 2017 because WWE, for some strange reason, had put the WWE Championship on Jinder Mahal at Backlash 2017, and they wanted to push Jinder Mahal to the moon. They wanted to, they wanted to sell the network and stuff to the Indian market. And for some strange reason, we had to suffer through that Jinder Mahal title reign. What an awful title reign that was. Had awful feuds, awful matches, awful gimmick. Just everything about that title reign was awful. The worst part about it was the guy went from jobber to WWE champion in the span probably of 4 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. That's ridiculous. And Jinder Mahal laid out the challenge. Everybody didn't want to see this match. But meanwhile, he was feuding with AJ Styles. AJ Styles wanted to take the WWE Championship because he believed that SmackDown was the house that AJ Styles built. So on the November 7th, 2017 edition of SmackDown, we got the match. What sucks about this match is that episode of SmackDown aired in the United Kingdom, and we already knew the result, but it was still awesome. AJ Styles beat Jinder Mahal and became the WWE champion. It was awesome because we had, we didn't have to suffer through that title reign anymore. Now, obviously, I'll just say this: I don't think a lot of people thought that AJ Styles was holding the title on. We thought it was just, a temporary thing where they didn't want to do AJ Styles. I'm sorry, they didn't want to do Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. So they put the title on AJ because obviously that match is more marketable for a Survivor Series match. And we had assumed because the Indian tour was coming up, which was also another reason Jinder Mahal was WWE champion, they were just going to come back on SmackDown and put the WWE Championship right back on Jinder Mahal. But that's not what happened. Which I kind of just gave away the aftermath, but I mean, you guys should already know. So we had this match, though, and Paul Heyman did a great promo building up the match. AJ Styles did a great promo building up the match. And it was awesome. Raw, and it was a battle for brand supremacy. It would have been awesome if he could have gotten a legit feud out of it, but really, you have AJ Styles, you have Brock Lesnar, you don't need a feud. You just have a match. And we had the match. And watching the match for a second time, I still think it holds up great. It is an awesome match. I really just can't do it justice. I've still talk about it, but it really is an awesome match. So let me go over the commentary team first before I talk about the match. For some reason, they tried like a 5-man commentary team, which that was just way too many to put on commentary. Since it was like, Raw versus SmackDown, they just wanted to have all the commentators on one thing, which I'm glad they did away with that this year at Survivor Series. It was Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, Byron Saxton representing SmackDown, and Michael Cole, Booker T, and obviously Corey Graves, because this is when he was doing 2 shows, represented Raw, which I'm really happy that Booker T is not on commentary anymore because he's awful. He wasn't as bad though in this match as he was in, the Survivor Series 2011 main event. So I recently just watched that one. I think mainly because he couldn't talk as much. But let's talk about the match. And I think this match was awesome just because it was booked really well. The beginning portion of this matchup, Brock Lesnar just decimates AJ Styles. He kicks him right in the ribs, and he tosses him halfway across the ring. He hits 2 German suplex on him. He takes him to the outside, throws him shoulder first into the announcer's table, puts him back in, hits another German suplex, and AJ Styles just gets up instinctively like he didn't even know what he was doing. And then Brock Lesnar starts taunting at AJ Styles, asking him to fight him, and AJ Styles tries to, but Lesnar just levels him with a right hand. But then AJ Styles starts to fight back, but Brock Lesnar hits a wicked knee to the gut, and hits a high knee into the corner. And eventually, Brock Lesnar goes for an F5. AJ Styles moves out of the way, or gets out of it, and Lesnar goes for the high knee again. AJ moves out of the way. And AJ Styles started to target the knee of Brock Lesnar. He hits a sick DDT on him. He goes for that springboard reverse DDT, but Lesnar counters it, and then Styles ends up hitting a springboard DDT out of the corner, which he doesn't get the full-length move of, but it still looked awesome. And AJ Styles really started working over the injured leg of Brock Lesnar. He hits a springboard. No, actually, that didn't happen yet. He attacks him. Lesnar levels him with a clothesline, and he goes to level him outside the ring. Styles ducks, and Styles, I liked how he built this up to it too. Like, he was still selling his injuries. He didn't think he was going to be able to quite hit this move, but eventually he hits the springboard forearm out of the ring on Lesnar. Lands him knee first into the steps, hits a phenomenal forearm off the steps. Puts him in the ring, hits a springboard moonsault into a springboard 450, and he covers him. Lesnar just kicks out, and the match had been going on for a while, and there hadn't been one cover in the match, and I was still into it. That just shows the signs of a awesome match right there. So then, Lesnar went for the F5, but Styles counted into the calf crusher, and he didn't. It was on the bad leg. You weren't sure if Lesnar was going to get to the ropes, so he, to get out of it, Lesnar bounced Styles' head on the back of the head on the ring mat. Then eventually, Styles hit the phenomenal forearm. Got a really good near fall on Lesnar, and then eventually he went for a second one. Brock Lesnar counters, hits the F5 on Styles, covers him, and gets the win. And I actually like that it was one F5 because this was at the time when they were trying to build up, the F5 as a really strong finisher. And Brock Lesnar wins the match, and at this point, Raw and SmackDown had been down. Raw had been down like 3-2 or something. This put SmackDown at a tie for Raw, which later on the night Raw would overall beat Survivor Series. And that was pretty much the end of the match. And I gotta say, it's an awesome match. I'm giving it 4 3/4 stars. I don't care what anybody says. It tells a great story from beginning to end. The only thing that sucks about it is I really wish it wasn't as predictable that Brock Lesnar was gonna win, because I think the match would have been a lot better if we didn't really had already known who was gonna win going into it. But it's still an awesome match. I think it's a good David versus Goliath match right there. So really nothing I can say about it. I just can't put in words to it. Just if you haven't seen this match, definitely go watch it. And obviously, where both superstars went. Recently, we found out on the AJ Styles 365 thing. Afterwards, Paul Heyman, who was accompanying Brock Lesnar inside, did like a big interview afterwards. really put it over AJ Styles, and he, you could see that it was very sincere in AJ Styles, which meant a lot to him. AJ Styles would go on to hold the WWE Championship for well over a year. He had held the title from November 7th until like mid-November, and he had just really built his name and became like the top guy on SmackDown. And one funny thing about that is he was supposed to face Brock Lesnar again this year, but just before they had started building the match, just before he had lost the champion, just before the match on the Go Home edition of SmackDown, he lost the championship and didn't end up facing Brock Lesnar, which I actually thought was interesting. And I still think that's kind of pretty cool thinking about that. We almost got the match again. I hope we do get that match again at some point, because I think they would have an awesome match again. And then meanwhile, you had Brock Lesnar, who would hold on to the Universal Championship until SummerSlam 2018. And then we had thought that he was going to be gone. Which we keep predicting it. We had thought that Brock Lesnar was going to be gone. We thought he was going to be gone at WrestleMania 34. But then he retained the championship at WrestleMania. Then we thought he was going to be gone at SummerSlam. But then Saudi Arabia demanded Brock Lesnar, so WWE paid him more money. And he returned to Hell in a Cell. He won back the Universal Championship at Crown Jewel. And then had the match again at Survivor Series, and he's set to have a match at the Royal Rumble again this year. And they're both pretty much in about the same spot, except AJ Styles isn't the champion, which I think is a good thing. As where the commentators are, Corey Graves still does both shows. Tom Phillips still does SmackDown. Byron Saxton still does Raw. Michael Cole still is the play-by-play guy for Raw. And because this match isn't that long ago, and obviously, Booker T's the only one not doing commentary anymore. He's just runs his podcast and is a pre-show analyst now, because the night after Royal Rumble 2018, he'll be done doing commentary. And Charlie Caruso is still in the same spot, except she works for both WWE and ESPN. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this review. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell, so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. And make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and I Want to Talk YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.